What is up, Flyover family? Welcome to the 14th episode of the Off-Season Grind Show. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, including the ring ceremony, Cam Newton switching up and being a fake clickbaiting ass dude, and so much more. So without further ado, let's just fly on into it.
The following episode is owned and presented by Philly Flyover Network. Enjoy responsibly.
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
So in terms of the ring ceremony, around midnight on July 19th, just the other day, we got to see the absolutely beautiful Super Bowl 59 rings our Eagles fought for. We got to see photos of AJ, Smitty, and a few others. I'll put like all the pictures I found or however the case, and like a couple videos and things of that nature off to the side as always. We also got to see Ringo, DeJean, and Blankenship with their rings. Again, I'll put all that pictures off to the side. The best thing, in my personal opinion, about them is the wings or however, and how you have to like press a button for the wings to come out, to which the rings display a hidden message that you can't be great without the greatness of others. I really appreciated that detail or however the case. I wish I could get one, I'm not gonna lie. And also how like they had like the final scores of each, like the playoff games, the Green Bay Packers in the wild card, the Rams in the divisional, and the Commanders in the NFC Championship, obviously. There's a lot of like diamond-based details or however the case, like how in like the world champion, how it's spelled on the ring. Like the 40 diamonds represent the 40 points scored in the NFC Championship, not the NFC Championship, the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl. The 2 Lombardi trophies or however the case in the Eagles logo, signifying that that's the second one, like the second Super Bowl. Wings that open, revealing the Nick Sirianni message or however the case, like I just mentioned. The 0.9 carats on the wings to represent the 6 sacks and 3 takeaways in the Super Bowl. I believe it was 3 interceptions, 1 by Cooper DeJean, the other by Zach Bond, and I don't remember who the third one was, but I do remember the 6 sacks. The 5 diamonds on the button to open the wings, representing the 5 players who scored in the Super Bowl. 1 carat of the Marquise-shaped diamonds for the Eagles' #1 ranked defense. 18 green stones for the Eagles' 18 victories. 10 points in the Super Bowl LIX logo for the Eagles' 10-game winning streak. And then inside the ring, there's even a Brazilian flag for the season opener. The scores of like the postseason victory, like I said earlier, and then another Nick Sirianni motto: tough, detailed, and together. Obviously, I'm biased, but I mean, obviously, this is an Eagles show. But in my personal opinion, this is the best looking ring of all time. And before, I've already seen it on Twitter. I've already responded to a couple people, but I'll say it again in a video. Before the Poverty Franchise fans say, oh, you know, y'all ain't got more than me, and all this, or however the case, let's look in the past 25 years. At least strictly in the NFC East, minimum. At least in the NFC East, right? So, in the NFC East, the Giants have 4, 2 in the modern era, meaning in the last 25 years. Quarter of a century. I mean, come on, that's far enough back. You know, so they have 2. The Commanders have none. The Cowboys have none. In terms of the rest of the league, or however the case, you know, if y'all can flex fossils or however the case, pre-salary cap bull crap or however, then I'll flex pre-salary cap bull crap. Lombardi or not, the rings say world champions. That's what it says. So, I mean, rings are rings, regardless if you like it or it doesn't fit your narrative or not. So, you know, if it's not Lombardi and you don't count it, guess what? I don't count fossils. Just saying. I think that's a fair point. And again, you know, in terms of the Commanders and Cowboys, win something this century, or bums. I mean, a poverty franchise for both of them, you know. Championship lasts forever, absolutely, for the players anyway. However, you know, I would go so far as to say for the fans, you know, bragging rights, you know, don't last forever. You know, like me, as a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm not going to act like Super Bowl 59 was yesterday or last year forever. You know, like in 2050, 25, 30 years from now, you know, I mean, I'm not going to keep talking about it as if it was yesterday. Oh, well, we got this, we won more recently. You know, I mean, we're winning now, or have case we won twice in the last 10 years. So, I mean, that's not bad. Y'all have been won in the last 30, 40 years. So, I mean, just saying. The league itself is a what have you won lately. It's a what have you done lately kind of league. But yeah, like I said, essentially just comes to a point to where it's like, what have you won lately? Oh yeah, not shit. Because I mean, most of the team, most of the NFC East, or however the case, doesn't know what the heck they're freaking doing. Washington, heck yeah, let's see some consistency. Had a great year last year. However the case, y'all found y'all's franchise quarterback and things of that nature. Okay, let's build off of it. I'm not with them or however the case, but I'm just saying, build off of it. Like consistency. What are y'all gonna do the very next year? But yeah, me personally, when people say, "Oh, pre-salary cap rings," oh, our guys wrote, our general managers wrote blank checks back in the day. I'm like, wow, so impressive. Wow, y'all just had the richest owner back then. Wow. And now that we do, now that we have an owner willing to pay a lot of money up front to make it cheaper in the long run to be able to sign more players. I mean, players are the bad guys all of a sudden. It's crazy. I don't know. In my opinion, it's harder to win with limited resources, or however the case, when you can only spend so much, or however the case, and everyone wants to be egotistical and the highest paid of every single position and all this, or however the case. I just, in my opinion, it's a lot more difficult, which is why the Cowboys and the Commanders haven't done shit since the 90s, essentially. Cowboys and specifically. Because blank checks, writing blank checks doesn't work anymore. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, that's about to be $150, $200 million on 3 players. Dak's already, he's already making $60 million. CeeDee's already making $40 million. A good chance, or have the case, Mike is going to want $40-50 million. That's already $150 million. That's not cap hits or anything else, incentives or whatever the case. That's just guaranteed money, $50-60 million a year. And, I mean, I'm sorry, for 7 wins, 5 wins, that's garbage. Jake the Make, Pave the Lane Johnson, those are 2-time champs, or have the case. That won both of our championships with us. Can any of the 90s teams, can any of the fans of those teams that have more rings than us, can any of them say that their players can still up and win? No. Brandon Graham, 2-time champion. He helped us win, or have the case, our second one, after helping us win our first one. Same thing with Jake the Make. He was a rookie at that time. Lane Johnson, second time, or however the case. I'm just saying, Jake and Lane, they can still help us. I'm just saying, Jake, all stuff aside, Jake pulled through whenever we needed him most. So, all credit where it's due in terms of that. But yeah, most teams, if not all teams, that are bragging about fossils, can say, our guys can still help us win. Because most of the guys are retired since it was fossils 25, 30 freaking years ago. I don't think anyone's played in the NFL for 25 or 30 years, just being accurate. The guys, I completely understand, that they took so long to get the rings done and all that, or have the case. If I'm not mistaken, the ceremony was originally supposed to take place in June, but then it got pushed out till July 19th, which was again just the other day. The rings are badass and whatnot. I'm super happy for the team, or however the case as a whole. The 53-man roster that got it done, or however. But I'm particularly happy for Jalen Hurts, or however the case. Oh, building ground's a mistake and all that, or however the case. He won't be a good starter. Oh, he's not this, he's not that. Oh, this and that. Saquon, or however. Oh, he's washed. Y'all overpaid him. He's injury prone. Oh, y'all overpaid, and all that, or however the case. AJ Brown, oh, he's a diva, this and that. Smitty, oh, he's too small, he's not good enough. Oh, and this and that. I'm just so happy that those guys, proved their worth and all that, or however the case, on the highest stage in football. Super, super proud. Also of Nick Sirianni, at least to be a top 10 coach currently in the NFL. Brandon Graham, Lane Johnson, Jake Elliott, you know what I'm saying? Like they put in the work and got the job done at an entertaining level. 55-23 in the NFC Championship, 40-22, basically 40-6. Basically, if you don't count garbage time points, that's a very entertaining level that they gave us, basically. Very, very good. Very, very great. Very happy for them. Very proud for them and proud of them. And just super, super happy. Not going to lie. But yeah, the only really close game was essentially the Rams. Or however, I mean, ideally, if it was up to me, I'd say blow them out by 50 every playoff game. But you know, sometimes you're gonna be close. Stuff happens. That's being realistic. But yeah, super happy our guys got the job done and things of that nature. Next up, we're going to talk about Cam Newton himself. I'm nothing to do with this or however the case. I wouldn't want nothing to do with that loser or however the case ever since he said, oh, I wouldn't trade the MVP for a ring. Loser. Worthless loser. But anyways, he's proven himself to be a fake clickbait ass clown. Here's how. Cam Newton was asked if the season or the season or the Super Bowl win makes Jalen elite, to which Cam Newton went on to compliment him, saying that nobody wants to face a Jalen Hurts and that he's accurate and all this and that he thinks so. That's what he said. It's like a little 5-second clip.
Does this put him in elite
But
status?
yeah. Then months later, probably jealous of all the Jalen's better than Cam Newton stuff or however the case. So instead of responding to that, he switches up and says Jalen ain't top 10 because of who he throws to and had a dominant defense and all that. First of all, your team was 15-1 when y'all went. Nobody told you to throw an interception. You had an 1,100-yard tight end. I don't want to hear it. A respectable running back or however the case, competent receivers. I'm not going to say they were pro bowlers or all pro, but they were competent. You don't accidentally have 15-1. It's hard to tell you. Anyone who says, oh, you accidentally have 15-1, no. Just because he choked and made them all look bad doesn't mean nothing. His team sacked Manning. His team sacked Manning 5 times and registered 8 tackles for loss and a 19-yard interception. He has to hold himself accountable for the 2 lost fumbles and the interception. That had nothing to do with having help. No one told him to fumble the ball. People crucified Jalen Hurts for 1 lost fumble, but people don't care he had 2 lost fumbles with a 15-1 team. I'm sorry, y'all are, man. Some football fans are just textbook poverty franchise fans. I'm telling you. Again, you know, when you're 15-1 going against a 12-14, not having help or not having good enough defense is just flat out bullshit. It's a poverty franchise excuse. That's all it is. Oh, my 15-1 quarterback choked, so that means he didn't have help. But we can't admit he choked. That's the truth about it. That's the truth. It's just a poverty franchise fan bullcrap narrative. That's all it is. Oh, we didn't have enough help. No, your quarterback choked. That's what it is. 15-1 doesn't happen accidentally. Sorry to tell you. And on top of that, let's compare their first 4 years, and then I'm done talking about it. So look, let's look at that. So look, 62 games and 62 games. That's so far throughout the first 4 years of what's been possible to be compared. 65% completion to 59. Okay, pass yards per attempt, 7.6 compared to 7.5. Let's give him a tie, even though he has a slight lead, right? 219 compared to 232 yards a game. Okay, pretty even. This is my opinion, the difference maker right here. 79 touchdowns to 82 passing touchdowns, right? That's 3. It's not that big of a deal. That's literally 1 or 2 games of a difference, or literally a couple things different, right? 54 interceptions compared to 35. Jalen's legitimately better at taking care of the ball and potentially reading the defense. He's a smarter quarterback than Cam Newton. It's a fact. Better quarterback rating. I'm not even going to talk about the O-line. Or not the O-line, the rushing stats, because I admit Jalen does have a better O-line or however the case. But, again, if in 4 years a quarterback in 4 years, 62 games, can have 2,500 rushing yards, which is only 200 less than Jalen, your O-line couldn't have been that bad. At the very same time, there's heads and tails to every coin. There's 2 sides to every coin, so fair is fair. Rushing touchdowns, 33 to 52. I admit the Bradley Shove or however the case does give him an edge or however the case. I'm not going to lie. Jalen Hurts has a championship, 2 Pro Bowls, an All-Pro, Super Bowl MVP. At this point in his career, he only had 2 Pro Bowls. So like I said, more accurate, more passing yards per attempt, even though it's slightly less interceptions. He's a better decision maker, more football IQ, more rushing touchdowns, more rushing yards, higher quarterback ratings, better at winning. Facts. So yeah, to kind of wrap it up, or however the case, for Cam to flip flop like that fast, with no games having been played since the Super Bowl, I'm sorry, but like I said, he's a fake clickbaiting ass hater who choked versus a 12-4 team with a 15-1 team. That's literally that simple. I wish him the best. I pray for him. I don't wish no harm on him. But it just goes to show why jealous has-beens and poverty franchise fans shouldn't be able to get mics to be able to pollute sports talk with all the poverty franchise fan pity parties and the good old poverty franchise fan excuses and hypotheticals just because they're wrong, and what happens in reality ain't got nothing to stand on, or because they want to be loudly wrong, or however the case, or just because it's not their guy winning it. What do you guys think about the Cam Newton thing? What do you guys think about the rings? What do you guys think about the 2 first segments, or however the case? Just let me know in the comments down below. The Eagles did make a couple interesting moves, to say the least. They went ahead and signed defensive end Ogbonnia Okoronkwo. He's had 7.5 sacks with Cleveland the past 2 years. So he has been pretty active. He's 30 years old, 6'2", 250, I'm pretty sure. So potentially could bring some vet presence and things of that nature. 80 games played, 13 started, 17 career sacks, but again, 7.5 within the last 2 years. I think he could possibly be a good depth piece or a good vet, not only for the position room, but the locker room as a whole. In terms of Jacob Sykes, he was previously an undrafted free agent playing for the Seattle Seahawks in 2023 under Clint Hurt, which is why that leads me to believe that Clint Hurt may have saw something in him, but when he came to Philly last year, he wasn't able to bring him at that time. So I can't say for sure, you know what I'm saying, it was his move or however, but now that he's here, I do think that he had something to do with it, and maybe he did see something in him or however the case. But I also can't say for sure if he'll make the 53-man roster and things of that nature. In my personal opinion, I would honestly say C+ to B- moves depending on Jacob Sykes' impact on this specific year. But also, either way, it's still cool to see how he's not done yet. He's not saying, all right, look, I'm good, we're good, or however the case, yes, your draft capital this. In any way he can, he's going to try to improve the team or however the case. If he thinks that there's an attainable player that's a legitimate upgrade from what we have, he'll try his best to get him. And for GM, you can't hope for anything more. You can't expect anything more from a GM. You should want your GM to try to get every best possible player that's out there, that's possible. So yeah, last but not in any way least, my top 5 Eagles to be excited for this season. To start off, when I say new Eagles, I strictly mean anyone that was not here last year. So that could mean free agents, trades, however the case may be. But is here now. Top 5 being the least or however the case. 1 being the most excited for. Number 5, I gotta go with Smael Mondon. He has exceptional athleticism. He has disciplined eyes in zone coverage. He takes good angles in space. His biggest concerns are durability. He has had 3 ankle-foot injuries in 3 consecutive years of college seasons and things of that nature. Even going back to high school, there has been notable injuries in high school. He does lack play strength at point of attack. He does lack functional power, allowing bigger running backs, wide receivers, and bigger tight ends to consistently fall through for his tackle attempts, gaining an extra yard. And it is a game of inches, as we all know. Pause, just to be safe. Processing speed and route recognition are a step slow at times. However, he is very athletic, or however the case, he just needs tons of technical refinement. That's really the best description I could probably come up with. He's super athletic, but he just needs tons of technical refinement. A.J. Dillon, the only bad thing about him is his neck injuries, or however the case. He has had 2 neck stingers. Being a physical running back, that is something of concern. In my opinion, I think it's a smart, low-risk, but high-reward type of signing. Has a power back with this offensive line. I could definitely see him becoming a pretty good running back 2 or 3 if Shipley beats him out and may the best man win. If he is truly healthy, however, I truthfully think he's running back 2. That's a lock if he's healthy. But I haven't seen him. I haven't seen enough of him to actually be able to say, yeah, he's good. I haven't seen enough to actually be able to make that assumption or statement or take or however the case. So yeah, which is why I put him at there, have case, because of that possibility. If I knew he was healthy and all that, or however the case, and everyone's saying, oh, he's looking scary and all that, or however, then I probably would have him a bit higher on the list or however. But in my opinion, number 4 is a pretty good spot. Number 3, Andrew Makuba. He finally signed his rookie deal, which makes all the rookies officially signed, officially Eagles or however the case. He signed it July 21st, just a day before the start of training camp. The only bad thing is that sometimes he dives at the ankles versus wrapping up in small coachable things. Other than that, he has great route recognition, high football IQ, natural ball skills. He's super versatile. He can play deep safety, box, and slot legitimately. He has high processing speed, and I strongly feel that with Christian Parker, Fangio, and Reed, if Andrew Makuba's willing and he has the work ethic and all the behind-the-scenes stuff, he can definitely be great force and great force fast. But yeah, I'm super excited for him or however the case. Obviously, that's why I have him at number 3. Again, the diving at the ankles thing, I think that's coachable. The small hand placement, small little nuances within the game, I strongly think that that's not too much to worry about, considering Christian Parker, considering, obviously Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell were vastly talented, so I'm not going to say it was all him, but Isaiah Rodgers, he did a good job of getting him ready and whatnot, taking over the roles and things of that nature. He did darn good. He did his job at a high level, so that's why in a lot of the videos I'm shouting out the defensive coaching staff. Number 2, Jahad Campbell. He's a first-round linebacker. Come on. How often does that happen in Philly? When was the last time we had a legitimate first-round linebacker? First round, not the 35th, 36th pick in the second round and then later, but he'll always be remembered as a first-round linebacker because of how rare it is to happen in Philly, the first-round linebacker being drafted here in Philly. Like Philly selecting it in the first round. So there's obvious excitement there. He's super, super explosive. He's already at training camp or however the case the first couple days. That's mainly what episode 15 is going to be about, training camp and all that stuff. Definitely tune in. But anyways, he's elite coverage instincts and whatnot. Definitely we're on display versus Georgia, as well as his route recognition. Y'all should definitely tune into that game or however the case. I know college games are a lot stricter, however, so they don't want their footage shown at all. So definitely look up his highlights versus Georgia. He's a big hitter that doesn't miss often. I think he misses only less than 3% of his tackles. So he's a dang good tackler. He's a big hitter. He's super versatile. He can play Mike, Will, and the edge spots respectively. He has rare closing speed for someone his size at 244 pounds. He is good at timing the blitz. The only bad things at this particular point is just shoulder injury. But even then, he showed us a good percentage of what he could possibly do in training camp. His movement, his lateralness, his understanding of the game. To some extent, it's not a full game. It's not, career stats or however the case. I'm not reading too much into it. It's not game over or however the case. But it is a good sign that he's already looking that good on the field next to other respective NFL players, is all I'm saying. Yeah, the hand usage or however the case. The only things that are kind of bad or however again are the shoulder injury or however the case, and small coachable things, hand usage, occasional over-aggression that could be coached, pass rush expansion with Fangio and Clinton Hurd and Bobby King, that can happen. If he can stay healthy and whatnot and put in the work, he'll be great for us fast as well. Definitely excited for him and things of that nature. Next up, my most favorite pick or however the case, most favorite New Eagle this year, Ty Robinson, the Vanilla Gorilla. He is extremely explosive and athletic. Insane speed for his size. Great power. Versatile. He's played it all from O-Tech to 5-Tech. Very, very high motor. And he has high experience versus quality opponents with 60 games played. The only bad thing about him is that he just needs NFL coaching reps like the pad level. Sometimes it's the hand usage or however the case. But again, Fangio, Bobby King, and Clint Hurt, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that they can all get it figured out or however the case, and through collaborative effort or however. I could definitely, in my opinion, I could see him beating potentially Ojimo for his job, basically, or for his role or however, depending on where Ojimo's at and where Ty Robinson at their stage of their development respectively. Either way, by far, he is the new Eagle I'm excited most for. I just know Fangio and Clint are going to get him ready and whatnot, and I'm just super glad that we picked him and things of that nature. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I think that pretty much covers it. Thank you so much for choosing Philly Flyover, where you get authentic Eagles passion you can trust. God bless you all. Philly out. Peace.